Hey there, are you dreaming of owning acreage in the UP? Here's 20 acres for $60,000 that looks pretty inviting. It is in Gulliver, which is the southern UP, and let's go ahead and take a look at it. So we have 22 pictures, so it is gated. There looks like a deer blind high in the trees. It has a driveway coming in off a main road. Nice trees. There is a little cabin and a picnic table. And here is some pictures of the inside. Could use some fixing up, it looks like. Has a wood stove. It's a great starter hunting spot. This is kind of what our forest looks like. You can't really walk through it, so thick. We're looking to thin that out a little bit this year. Looks like maybe poplars, pine trees. So there's an aerial view, and looks like you're by a lot of water. So let's read the description. So this is in the heart of the UP, 20 acres on Merwin Creek Road, outstanding year-round recreational opportunities, a short drive from public launch on Manistee River, so you can kayak and fish and swim, easy access to some of the best off-road and ATV trails in the north, a functional driveway in place, leads to open clearing that's perfect for setting up a campsite, could be exactly what you've been searching for. So this one I would definitely take a look at. This has not been sold recently. This is a new listing. It's not been flipped or anything. Looks pretty good. If you're looking for a little bit of acreage, 20 acres for 60,000. It's not, it sounds like a good entry point to get you in the UP. It is again on the southern side, so this would probably be maybe an hour, hour and a half from the bridge, I'm guessing. Probably, yeah, hour and a half. Yeah, so I saw that today and thought this would be a good one for somebody to look at. This is kind of along the lines of something I would have been looking for when I got my property. I'm not sure on proximity to cell signal. I would say probably not going to get cell signal at this property, but you are close to Manistee, which is nice. So the other property I saw today was just listed 19 hours ago. This one also looked pretty good. A lot of mature trees, has some facilities on it. So this is in Engadine, 19 acres. This one, we'll look at pictures here. Looks like it has a shed. Yep, there's the shed. Has full trees. Lots of cover. Has a driveway to the road, and you can see power lines. It's a nice camper. I don't know if the camper comes with it, but they use it as a campsite, it seems. So this is really nice. So this is similar to how my land is set up. We have 116 acres. We're up by Newberry. We do have cell signal. I do have a Starlink. We do stay up there most of the summer, and I work from the camper. We have a camper there. We bring in our own water. We just had a septic tank put in the fall, so we're excited to be able to dump right into the septic instead of going to the local campground to dump every couple weeks. So we had those portable tanks that you get for your camper, and we would dump our septic into those. We had 2 tanks, so we would fill the tanks up and then drive to the campground and dump our tanks. We weren't actually driving our camper back and forth, just taking the tanks, which is fine. But it'll be so nice now that we have a septic. And then at some point we'll get a well, but right now we're just getting, we have local resources where we can take our containers and get water. So we've been doing that. This has an outhouse. and it shows you kind of where the road is, and there's a house next door, it looks like, and then they drive back in. So this one looks really nice. This area, Engadine, I do, we do drive through Engadine quite often. There's a little restaurant and a grocery store there, but this one, you can see the ORV trail. This is close to Curtis. Um, so Engadine's down here as you come off of 2 and turn up this way. Curtis is pretty much, to me, my opinion of Curtis is it is a very busy touristy area. Um, I always thought Curtis might be a good area to have property in, but for me, it's a little too touristy. It's very busy. There's not a lot of places to park on their main road. It's very busy. But this is like outside of town, which is nice. I have not been to the grocery store in Curtis, so I'm not sure what that's like. But there's a grocery store in Engadine. Um, I don't. I think there is a gas station there as well. It's always good to know what stores, like where are you going to go get bread? Where are you going to go get milk? Where are you going to get gas? Like those are good things to know. There's definitely gas stations up here between 28 and 123. And there's a McDonald's and a Subway here. And then there's some good stores in Newberry. There's 2 big grocery stores in Newberry. There's a hospital in Newberry. So that's a good central location for this area, I would say. Otherwise, to get any like big stores, you'd have to go to Manistee. Because even St. Ignace, there's really not a ton of in St. Ignace. I know they do have a grocery store. I think it's still open there by the state park in St. Ignace. But if you were to be in this area, you would probably go to Newberry or Curtis would be like your main points. And there's lots of trails in this area. There's the Seney Wildlife Refuge is really nice to go. They have a loop drive you can do to see animals, and they have beaver mounds there. It's pretty cool. So I like that. I like this location. I like the price. I think that comes out to be like 2,500 an acre. And it says there's a spacious clearing, has a newer shed and outhouse. You're on 2 sides of state land. Doesn't say, probably no electric. They usually say that because it's a very strong selling point. If they do have electric, but it doesn't look like it. Really, you can do a lot with solar and a generator. But yeah, so this property looks pretty nice. I would be curious. I have a feeling this one might sell pretty quick. Just listed 19 hours ago. It's already got 2 saves, so we'll see how fast that one goes. But yeah, so that is what I see today when I'm looking. It is April 26, 2025. And if you're in the 60,000 market for 20 acres, there's a couple good options. Gulliver, which is the souther, is that a word? Southern UP toward Manistee, and Engadine, which is a little bit more north, kind of in the middle by 28, closer to Newberry, which is nice. I'm partial to Newberry. We have property by Newberry where we do live there most of the summer. So it's really nice to be able to go to the Ace Hardware and there's like $2 Generals up there. There's 2 different grocery stores we bounce back and forth. There's a hospital in case you have emergency, which is nice. So partial to that area. Pizza Hut, of course, is amazing. They have the best cheese bread. If you have not tried the Newberry Pizza Hut cheese bread, I highly recommend it. It is not the same anywhere else. I don't know why. McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Ace Hardware, Subway. Not a lot of name brands like are across the US, but a lot of mom and pop places. But it is nice to go. Sometimes you just want to go to Applebee's, right, and have something that you know what it is, or Olive Garden, But I guess that's part of the allure of the UP is that you have all these little mom and pop places, and some are good and some are not. You just have to go and try and see. We do like the Triangle. There's a restaurant down somewhere. I think it's by this corner. There's a restaurant called Triangle. We go there quite a bit. They're good. They have a little salad bar, which is nice. So yeah, so I got on a tangent. I haven't had breakfast yet. Can you tell? All right. So a couple properties that look good for 60, like I've got $60,000. I want some land in the UP. I want to be a little isolated from my neighbors. Like that is a couple good options there. So yeah, so if you're interested in any of these properties, they may go fast. So I would almost say in your offer, like, I'm gonna pay cash. Like I'm offering you $42,000 and it will be cash. We won't have to worry about a bank and all of their regulations and all their requirements. Cash is fast, and a seller may want to just take less, but knowing that it's cash, it would go faster. Or at least if you're going to finance it, like let them know you have, you know, so much cash for your down payment and then the rest is financing, and show them your approval letter, right? So they know you're serious and you're ready to roll, because they may want to hold out for somebody to get full price if they're not sure you're really going to follow through with it. They don't want to lock in on a contract with you for a lower price if somebody tomorrow comes and says they'll give full price. So the more organized you are with your finances, the better. So you can ensure that the seller knows you're good to go, and they'll be more likely to accept an offer from you. So that little stuff can help and make a difference, especially if there's three people who put offers in on this. But if you say you're paying cash, or you say you give them your approval letter for the land or whatever, and you're ready to roll, and the other people aren't, they will probably pick you because you're showing them that, hey, I'm really going to buy this. So I would recommend that if you can. But definitely walk the property, take a look at it, make sure there's no easements, make sure you have legal access, make sure it's not a wetland, make sure that if you want to be on the trail, that it's on the trail. If you want to fish and this property is by the lake, make sure that the lake has the type of fish you want to fish. Make sure if you want to go hiking, that there's hiking trails nearby. Make sure the things that you want to do are there.